morning, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you are new here, thanks for coming by. My name is Kim, and I'm an elementary school teacher here in Yokohama, Japan. I used to be an elementary school teacher in Los Angeles and lived there until I moved to Japan way back in 1988. Oh my gosh, I know most of you probably were not even born then. So today is actually a working day for me. Usually I work on Saturdays, but today I have the day off. Yay! And the reason is because it's my school's foundation day. And that's kind of a cool thing in Japan is no matter whether you're at a public school, a private school, an elementary school like me, or a junior high school, university, whenever it is that school's foundation day, you get the day off. And my school actually, they give out these celebratory, is that a word? Celebratory? These commemorative, that's the word I'm trying to think of, commemorative souvenirs, which are usually these types of rice cakes, and it's to celebrate and yeah, and how nice. It's a holiday for teachers and students, and I'm taking advantage of it. I'm up early, although it's not, maybe for some of you, it's not really early. It's so nice not to have to be up and at school at 7:30 in the morning. It's 9:30, so I'm going to take advantage of the holiday today and run some errands, get some things done that I, would normally have to do on my Wednesday day off, and just relax. That being said, school began in April. The Japanese school year begins in April till March. It's a year-round system, usually a trimester system. My particular school that I'm at is a trimester system, so we start in April and then we have a little break in the summertime, and then we go the second term, and then there's the break during the winter, and then the third term is usually the shortest term, and that ends in March. Graduations in Japanese schools are usually held in March, and entrance ceremonies and opening ceremonies begin in April. New fiscal year also begins in April in Japan, so many companies and places are welcoming new staff members, new colleagues, new students, and the year is off to a pretty busy start. So if you're thinking that spring break in Japan is a relaxing time to go traveling, it probably isn't. You're probably, if you're a teacher, you're getting ready for the new school year, and that means getting your classroom ready, doing orders, getting your class lists in gear. I know my teacher friends back home all do this usually, right in the summertime, and then you start closing out the year maybe in May or June, and by the time it comes to the end of the year, like for me, March, you're so burnt out and tired and exhausted that all you want to do is finish the year with your sanity and then have a few days before you start the madness all over again. And the madness being in April is kind of similar to what we did back in Los Angeles in maybe say August, where you're in your classroom getting things ready and making all your name tags or whatever you need to make for the new school year. It's no different in Japan. I'm not a homeroom teacher, so I'm really lucky in the sense that I don't have as much to do as some of these homeroom teachers. That being said, I'm considered a specialist teacher. I teach English for global communication at my elementary school, which is grades 1 through 6, and it is affiliated with a major university here in Japan. So students, they have to take a very competitive entrance exam to get into the school. Once they get in, it's kind of, we call it like an escalator school, where they will go to the junior high and the high school, all affiliated with the university. If you're lucky enough to get in, you've got that ticket, golden ticket, all the way up to university. So you don't have to worry about the usual entrance exam pressures and stress that students in other schools may have to worry about. it has its good points and bad points. I'll get into that in another time, or I've probably ranted about different things about it on other platforms. So yeah, so if you want to know more about that, you can contact me and I'll let you know all the little, yeah, it's just, there's so many different types of schools here in Japan, and no matter which one you're assigned to, you'll have its own, or each school will have its own set of stresses and pressures and expectations. So in a way, like, one of the good things is, because the students don't have to worry so much about all these exams and entrance stuff, uh, they don't have the same, I guess, pressures to rank and rate all the students and make sure that everybody is performing at a certain level. It opens the door for more exploratory and more project-based learning, and things that maybe you can't do at other schools because of the strict curriculum. At my school, there are a lot of things that they can do that maybe other schools can't. For my particular subject area, we focus on English, just basic communication and beginning literacy. I say beginning because I used to work at immersion schools, and immersion schools, you're basically following the Japanese curriculum but teaching it all in English. And those students that are in that program are amazing. I still think one of the best ways to learn a language, if you really want to become fluent, is to immerse yourself in that language, and in opportunities that allow you to hear and communicate in that language. A lot of people, it's traveling. A lot of people maybe will go to that country and stay for an extended period of time. But if you don't have that luxury, you can immerse yourself by, by studying not only just from books, but allowing yourself to hear the language, use the language. So I should be fluent in Japanese, right? But I'm not. But I do find that, when you're surrounding yourself, it gives you more opportunities to try the language. And even if you make mistakes and fail, it gives you that firsthand experience. So when the students come to us, only a very few of them have actually had experience with English. Most of them, some are just coming, this is their first experience in school. A lot of students in Japan do go to preschool or nursery schools, and now they have a lot of international preschools and kindergartens, so they do teach some elements of basic communication in English. Oftentimes there is a foreign teacher, or a teacher that is a native English speaker at the school. Hey, Judy, is that you? My goodness. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just blabbing away here, kind of filling in people on the school and how April is the start of the year. I hope you're doing well. It's been like forever. I kind of almost feel like I've forgotten how to live stream. I do miss our old stomping grounds on Periscope. Periscope was when I first became interested in live streaming and just broadcasting, and I did that pretty much on a daily basis. Okay, good. So yeah, I miss it because it was so nice to be able to walk to school with my phone and chat with everybody. And then when I was able to go out to places, just whip out the phone and then do a live stream and share bits of Japan. And as you guys know, right now it's kind of a hard time to do that, especially when you need to be very conscious of what you're filming, who you're filming, how you are looking when you film, because we don't have any, what do you call it, mandatory mask mandates, but wearing masks in Japan is, it's, everybody does it. Even before all the pandemic began and stuff, Japan it's always been a mask culture. I miss it too, Judy. And the reason why I guess I was feeling a little nostalgic is I read on somebody's Instagram story that another platform that people kind of navigated to is closing down. So Periscope closed down, what was it, a year ago in March, and the new platform that a lot of people navigated to is also planning to close in May. And I was one of those people that navigated to another platform, but it was really difficult because it was fun at first and it was really nice because I pretty much had the same community, but with some changes, I don't know whether they were administrative changes or um, goal oriented changes, how they wanted the app to go. Yeah, I don't know if it was how they wanted the app to proceed and move from maybe basic chat live streaming to more talent based or musical based broadcast. I don't know what the situation was, but it made it harder for me. Thanks. I am like, I've thought about some of the other platforms, but I've already started my YouTube channel and it's very easy. And then, um, everybody does things for different reasons. Like some people have specific reasons why they're doing broadcast or they want to get a certain following. For me, it's just a way to connect, like a way to keep in touch with friends and family. I'm really happy with it, Judy. I'm really happy as far as, you know, um, it's easy to do. I'm able to come on and chat with whoever comes in. And, I've never been about having zillions and billions of people in the broadcast. I'm perfectly happy talking to myself and then being able to leave the replay on for everybody that would like to see what's happening. It's really great for family and friends just to be able to post and let them watch at their leisure time. And if you don't want to see something, you can just fast forward or you don't even have to watch at all. So, yeah, so thanks for joining, Judy. And yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. And those of you that are maybe catching this on the replay, thank you for stopping by. It's also, a lot of people aren't interested in downloading other apps. And I get it because your phone can get so filled with apps. And I think, um, you know, it's nice to be able to multicast and multi-stream, but at the same time, you've got to find where you feel most comfortable. And oh, thanks, Judy. How is everything going with you? I hope everything is great where you are. Um, Here in Japan, we started off the new school year. So it's been a busy start. We When did we start? We started April 6th was when we welcomed the new first graders, and then April 8th was our opening ceremony, and classes began April 9th. Just to update everybody, this year I am teaching grades 2, 4, 6. Good to hear. 2, 4, 6. It's the first time in ages that I'm not teaching first grade. I miss it. I was kind of sad to let that go, but what we've decided to do is stick with our partner and take the kids kind of up with us, which I think it's working out well so far. Plus, I think my other two coworkers need an experience. Yeah, need an experience in teaching grade 1. One of my colleagues wanted to teach grade 1, and I, you know, I was fine to let that teacher have that experience. So this year it's grade 2, 4, 6. All students that I've had before, that I've taught before, and are familiar with me. I'm familiar with them, so I don't know, I don't want to jinx myself, but it has been a great start to the new year because it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable when you know the students already. Yeah, yeah. You kind of know the challenges. You know the things you need to be careful of. You know who gets along with who and who you might need to learn how to encourage more. So it makes it pretty easy. I'm also partnered with my same amazing, brilliant, fabulous partner. Yeah, so I'm off to a good start. I might even be able to finish this race without too many obstacles. But yeah, also too, having the same teaching partner that is that you trust 100%, that is so skilled in their area of expertise. It's a great combination. I come from the educational background, and he comes not only from the educational background, but also the tech background. We put our heads together, we problem solve, we try new things, and so it's been a successful pairing, and I'm really happy. That makes, starting off to a new year very successful. So, yeah. So those of you that are coming here, because now Japan is little by little opening up, and it's bringing in people that are coming to work now, or foreign students. It's still a little bit restricted, but little by little. Team, I feel like we are a great team, thank goodness. Like, I think, well, I'm going to speak astrologically. Astrologically, we're, a good team astrologically. And we just have a good balance. And I think we have a balance between the things that we enjoy and our knowledge outside of what to do. And it's kind of funny because when we're doing videos and things, it's very comfortable, like, um, we kind of feel comfortable both in front of the camera and behind the camera. We know what our students like. Have y'all, I'm sure you found it, like teachers, sometimes there's teachers that don't know how to connect with what the kids are interested in, so they lose them before they've even started teaching them. I almost feel like it's not like you have to, totally act like a teenager or an elementary school student, but you have to kind of know what they're excited in and what will get them ticking and what kind of things they want to hear about. Because sometimes they don't care about, this. They don't care about, you know, certain stories. They love the stories of when teachers got in trouble or things that you did when you were in elementary school. They can listen to that. But there's certain things that they just could care less about. And unfortunately, some teachers bring up stories that they think are important to them that will make the kids love them. And then it winds up actually, the kids just think, oh, that teacher is just on a different planet. They probably think that about me too at times. But we're slowly introducing students to graduation songs, possible graduation songs. And that's a big business for you musicians out there. If you want to write a song and the theme is graduation, and you can make it very, touching and heartwarming, and then translate your lyrics into Japanese or even in English is fine, you've got a secret for success, because graduation songs are big here. And as I said, graduations happen in March, so you've got a whole year to get the kids kind of into this mode of finding a song that will resonate with them and that they could possibly use it as background music or perform it. So we've been starting to introduce them to different songs. We want them to kind of get a feel for all genres. And even though they are unfamiliar with the music that we had, that we grew up with, it's kind of fun to introduce them to the songs that we had. So this is gonna date me, but my graduation from high school, the graduation song or the graduation theme, was Seals and Crofts, We May Never Pass This Way Again. Those of you that went to my same high school, do you guys remember that? So that was our song. And then I've been at other Japanese schools where we've sang other songs. My sixth graders at one of the schools I taught at, we sang Seasons of Love from Rent, and my sixth graders killed it. They were so good. I didn't teach them the harmony. They kind of did it themselves. And oh my gosh, my eyes were just bawling, My fifth graders, it wasn't a graduation song, but we did like this performance. Yes, it is. What is the truth? I'm blabbing away. It's been a long time since I've been able to live stream and come on. So Thanks for stopping by. I'm just catching up um, in my car. I'm on my way to go run some errands. So thanks for stopping by. So yeah, so we did the Seasons of Love. My grade 5 students at a performance, they sang Unwritten by who did that? Natasha Bedingfield? Was that who did Unwritten? Forgive me if I got it wrong. Um, anyways, they killed it. And I think it's because once they know the meaning and they understand it and put it towards them, they can perform it well. What did we introduce them to yesterday? Yesterday, like, we're taking a lot of student suggestions too. So some of the students had said Good Times, or what is it? Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen, they did a song called Good Times. And then, yeah, it's so much fun because the kids love hearing, like, they know I'm old, right? And they're like, Gin Sensei, when did you graduate high school? And I said, oh, 1976, 1976. Hey, Erin, how's it going? I am doing well. I have the day off. It's my school's birthday, foundation day, so I have it off. Thanks for stopping by. So I graduated elementary school. My elementary school went from kindergarten to 8th grade. And I don't remember the song that we did, but as soon as I tell the kids I graduated elementary school in 1972, they're all like trying to do the math and they're like, oh my God. And it's kind of fun. I always tell them, I said, okay, so yeah, those are years, way before your time. However, music is forever, like there's no date on music. You can hear some of these songs and they'll be either remade or you hear it and you hear the lyrics and it touches you. So that's what we've been doing this past week. We're also getting ready for just a string of holidays in Japan known as Golden Week. It's not really a week. I always think that's such a ripoff because they call it Golden Week and it's like golden 3 days. Timeless, that's the word I'm thinking of. Thank you. I'm going to remember that word, timeless. So the Golden Week holidays begin April 29th, which means I get next Friday off. Woohoo! So next Friday is a holiday for me. And then the string of holidays happens May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which this year happened, I believe, on is it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday? I don't know, but it's in between the week, so I do have to come into work on certain days, but it isn't that bad. The hard thing is going to be, the challenging thing, is going to be my partner teacher is taking a week off of school to go to Australia, and it's a business trip. There's something in Japan called shitami. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Shitami. And a shitami is a trip before your actual excursion. So let's say you're taking a field trip to, I'm going to just pick out anything. You're taking a field trip to the zoo. The teachers that are going on that field trip, hey, Tacy, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Man, it's always great to just come on and see your people that have just been around like you. I know, yay! I haven't broadcast live for quite some time, so I was talking to myself for a while, so I'm just so grateful and blessed that you guys are here. So getting back to the shitami, it's like you go on the field trip. So if you're going to the zoo, all the teachers that are going on that field trip go to the zoo. They do everything. They go to places. They check out where the bathrooms are, check out the good places to have rest stops. And it's like, doing a practice run. It's the same for if you're taking an international trip, and it's all paid for. So, so let's say if you're taking a group of kids to the UK, to the US, to Australia, whatever, and you request to do a pre-trip, or you want to do a pre-trip just to make sure everything is okay, yeah, it's a good preview. So my partner teacher decided that Our Australia trip going to Brisbane was scheduled, keyword was scheduled for August of this year. All the plans were made. We just had the lottery to pick the students that were going to attend. We did some study sessions, blah, 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 looked up all the information, and he arranged this pre-trip. And I was really, I was glad he did it because he hasn't been able to see his family for, 2 years since this whole stuff. So he can actually go and do the pre-trip, but at the same time, connect with family, which I think is important. People that are here in Japan understand it right now. It's a really difficult time to, go back and see your loved ones. And so if you can arrange it at the same time with the business trip, you're able to do so, then I say do it. And he's able to do so. And that being said, it means that I will have to cover all his classes. So it's going to be a double workload for me. But I can do it, and I'm willing to do it, because it's important, and I have it is great, isn't it, Judy? Like, I'm glad, because I think if the situations were turned, I would want to do that as well. And so it does mean a tough, it's kind of like, I know he would do the same for me, and he has helped me out of a lot of jams before, so I'm 100% fine with doing that. But you can bet that I'm going to spend my golden week just like laid out, sprawled out, relaxing. So, so that's going on. Now, getting back to this trip in Australia. Oh, I will. This year, I feel like I'm the least stressed. I just feel like everything has so far fallen nicely into place. To be quite honest, 100% honest, I was a little bit stressed about having to go in August on this trip. Not so much for the children and for the program itself, but, it means having to find someone or someplace to care for Sinbad. And during the summer, I'm just really nervous because it's so hot. And I wasn't going to put him in the vet hospital again because I think I needed something a little bit, I don't know, less stressful. And there's a place in Yokohama where, it's basically I'd be paying for like VIP rooms for a dog, but he's my baby. So, so like his pet hotel would have essentially cost almost as much, if not more, than a person hotel. But it meant round-the-clock vet care, round-the-clock conditions, not being in a small confined area, but actually a big room. And I am 100% willing to do that if I have to go on this business trip. But that was the only thing, and as well as my mom, making sure my mom was taken care of. But, so dealt with that. Hey, Ray, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, so anyways, we just got the directive. Is that the right word? I think that's the right word. The directive from the admin above saying that all overnight, I shouldn't say overnight, excursions that make it impossible for parents to pick up their students, should any student become ill or need to be picked up, will be canceled until the end of August. And our Brisbane trip was scheduled for mid-August, coming back first week in September or something like that. And the other thing is our flights. We actually, we had booked a flight, or the flight for the 20 kids and 4 chaperones. I was one of the chaperones of that trip. And a lot of the flights have been canceled. If you follow Qantas, Qantas, I guess, had routes that were direct from Tokyo to Brisbane, and they got canceled. And so we're rescheduling and going Tokyo through Sydney. For right now, a lot of the school trips, Aaron, have been like canceled, anything overnight. At the moment, some trips are being allowed to go, but the most that they could go is for 3 nights. So 2 overnights, 3 days. And it's still kind of iffy because, how can I say this? If the doctors at the school say that it's okay, and if all protocol, such as mask wearing, uh, what do you call it, distancing, monitoring, no talking during mealtime, blah, 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 supervision during bath time, all that kind of stuff, then it has been okayed for them to go on these 2 night, 3 day trips. Things that are longer or on a different, in a different radius or something, like the 6th graders were supposed to be going to Kyushu this month, next month in May. That's been canceled. However, they might do a mountain climbing trip. Um, all this stuff with mountain climbing. Uh, I was scheduled to go on a 1 night overnight trip to Hakone, which is very close, pretty much close to where the school is, so not difficult. But they needed another male to supervise the children because of the ratio of homeroom and sub-homeroom teachers. They needed another male teacher. And so the other English teacher, that would be fun. We could do that. They could do that. And in fact, I think they're planning like a survival camp somewhere, maybe affiliate or on the school. I'm not quite sure about that, but yeah, they could do that. Anyways, they switched me, and I'm really happy about it. They switched me, so I won't be going on the overnight trip. I'll be going on the same trip that I've been on for the past 2 years, which is Kodomo no Kuni. It's called, translated to Children's Village. You go up, you go like do some hiking, you see cows being milked, the kids get to milk a cow for the first time. You can see sheep's being shorn. Is that the right word? Shorn. Sheep's being shorn, shaved. You can see sheep, not sheeps. I guess I am an English teacher. Okay. You can see sheep getting sheared. I still don't think that's grammatically correct. I thought the word was shorn. Anyways, you guys know what I mean, right? And the best part is, you get the Jersey cow ice cream, or the soft ice cream that's made on the spot. But that's like a secret. The kids aren't supposed to know that they get this ice cream, but we all get a ticket, and that is the best part of the trip. Plus, it's so close by because it's 1st graders. So even though I'm not teaching the 1st graders this year, I still get to enjoy the perks of going on this 1 day trip. Don't have to stay overnight, and the following day is a holiday. Much rather do that than have to sacrifice a night of good sleep. And I have been on those overnight trips. I think I posted one on my YouTube channel. It's when we went to the Miura Peninsula. It's on my channel list. And yeah, it was nice. The trips are very, very like filled with activities, good activities, a lot of educational experiences, but monitoring mealtime to make sure that kids that have allergies, get the right meal. And then bath time, right? Yeah. Oh gosh, Ray, same. It's everything was fresh. I feel sorry for the cows, but I guess they're so used to it, right? Because the kids come by, and I mean, seriously, these are city kids that probably don't get, have the fun experience of, touching farm animals and, milking a cow. The overnight trips are from 2nd grade. 2nd grade only stays 1 night. Then 3rd grade, I believe it's 2 nights. In the past, it was always like 2 nights. It just kept going up. And 4th, 5th, and 6th graders usually stay overnight a week. But that's going to have to be cut down. And most of the overnight trips, the long ones, are always something to do with mountain climbing. It is, right? Um, it's all in preparation. If they go on the international exchange trips, that's 10 days. And we just had our lottery. I'll save that for a whole nother thing because it's so difficult. I'm almost, I'm really, it's sad because the past couple of years, because of everything that's going on in the world, they can't go on these trips. Iceland, our school goes to Iceland, and they were all set to go, but as you guys know, with what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, the air carriers that were going to Iceland cannot go that route. So those flights had been or have been canceled. So I don't think, even if it was approved health wise that the students could go, that they'd be able to go anyways. Just so many things in the world that's just kind of interrupting the normal schedules of what students were, being able to do. So sad, but uh, to quote an Earth, Wind, and Fire song, that's the way of the world, I guess. Um, exactly. Hey, Six String Alchemist, thanks for, yeah, totally agree. And now you can kind of understand my perspective and the perspective of us foreign teachers. There's four of us. And you guys know, or maybe I didn't go into detail, I actually had some problems at the end of March because uh, they had turned, right, the second graders were supposed to go on this 2-day trip, and they said no overnight trips. So they made the trip into 2 days. But that meant riding a bus an hour and a half one way, an hour and a half coming back in this crammed space, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, in what universe is it okay to take a group of students during this time right now? And the chaperones of the trip had no say. And, I mean, I was the one asking questions like about the nighttime stuff. You've got 4 kids in a hotel room. Are you going to make them sleep with masks? Isn't that sort of dangerous? And I know maybe there are people that do sleep with masks. Like in Japan, they have these masks to help you breathe. Like if you have allergies, they put this little pad in that give you kind of that mentholatum stuff. But I can't see it being comfortable, or even, I don't know, could it be dangerous? I just, because I'm not a sleep with the mask kind of person. I've never had to sleep with the mask, but if you can imagine 4 students in a hotel room with no adult present, and them having to not have close contact, not talk, or, yeah, no way is right. And even just the eating, having to eat all in silence, they're still coughing and, sneezing or whatever. And yeah, I don't know whether it's worth it. Some people will fight that. No, we want the kids to still have these fun experiences. And, every year they go on this trip. It's so important for them to go every year. But is it worth risking the health and safety of kids? That being said, we still do have cases, positive cases, at my school every day. Every day. Yeah. We finally, and I mean finally, not in a happy way, but we finally have our first couple of cases of teachers that had to stay home because of testing positive. And I don't know, it's not just my school. It's kind of the attitude in Japan right now, where because they see that numbers are coming down, let me rephrase that. Because they see that reported numbers are coming down, they think everything is okay. They think because they've been vaccinated, everything is okay. I so understand that. And we've got our brand new first graders. Some of them are having a horrible time because at the preschool, where a lot of outbreaks had happened, they haven't been used to wearing masks for, long periods of the day. And as a teacher of primary children. They do things with their hands and their nose. And how can you, you can't help that a lot of times. It's just, it's tough. It's tough. And I think our school right now is just kind of still not dealing as well as I would like them to. And as my partner teacher and I have decided, we have to be responsible for our own health and safety. So making sure that we keep our classrooms as safe and healthy as we can, make sure that we enforce the rules, make sure that we are monitoring things and keeping safe. That's about all we can do, because we can't expect the teacher that's over in that room who never wears a mask to go up and keep telling them that. It's just, it's challenging, but in the end, you kind of have to just be responsible for your space, your people, and what you do, because over in that space, they may think an entirely different thing. A teacher actually yelled at me. Not yelled, but during the time when I said I just didn't feel that it was safe to have these students in these non-ventilated buses for an hour and a half without, it's just, I kind of think it's the wrong decision. And kind of snapped back, and what are you so worried about, Kim? What are you so worried about? And I just like blurted out, COVID, right? And I said, it's not over. And, dare I say that karma kind of happened. Read into that what you like. But karma did kind of happen. And maybe they regret what they, what the decisions they made. Maybe not. Maybe it's just something that was inevitable. So that's my April. Good news is I went yesterday for my blood test, although I haven't gotten the results back. I had consulted with, my school is really good with health checks and medical checks, because since we're affiliated with the university and they have a really good medical program. Yeah. Oh, exactly, Ray. We get health checks, we get medical care. All of that is pretty much free. And so we do this health check every year, and some of my areas were not so good, like my cholesterol levels, which hasn't been great for many, many years. And I know I'm to blame, because my exercise habits and my eating habits were sort of, being neglected. And so then the doctor decided to ask whether or not I wanted to start medication and to see how it would go. My mom takes medication for cholesterol, so I thought it's probably inevitable, and we talked about it, and we said, let's try it for 2 months, and then he's going to check my blood and see whether levels have went down. So I decided diet, exercise, try this medication. I went for my blood test yesterday. I go for my consultation to see how everything works out on Wednesday, my day off next week. So I feel really good. I feel a lot stronger. I feel a lot, I don't know, a lot more energetic maybe, because I feel like I've kind of come to grips with, I can't always stay at home and play Mario Party, which is what I've been doing. I can't always every day eat, some of the stuff that I eat or drink. So I am trying to make what do you call it? A conscious effort. I am making a conscious effort in taking better control. But as far as stress stuff, nah. I'm balancing everything. A lot of the times, if something doesn't get done or edited, it's my own fault, because I'm just being lazy and I'm just playing. Okay, so thank you for people that were concerned, like, is everything okay? Did she overwork? No, I'm playing. And speaking of playing, my goodness, it's 10 after 10. Great. So you've got off. I hope you didn't have any, bad reaction or anything, because I've had my third booster, and I went Moderna, Pfizer, and I didn't have any reaction to the Pfizer, the third booster, at all. So, man, it's getting warmer in the car because I am starting to sweat. And I didn't even once drink my coffee. I'm having so much fun chatting to y'all. I didn't once even take a sip of my coffee, so I'll drink it on the way to where I'm going. I'm going to head out to a mall that has the pet store. My, okay, I was going to say, Tasty, I had that side effect, which I learned now. Did you guys all hear the booster boob? My armpits hurt so much. Like, not my arm, my armpit. And I thought it was strange. I didn't say anything. And then I kind of said to my partner teacher, God, like, my, under my arm, my armpit really hurts. It's like very sensitive to the touch. And he goes, oh, yeah, I've heard that's a side effect. Is it your lymph node? And I said, well, my lymph node hasn't swollen, but maybe it is my lymph node inside. Yeah. So I posted, or I saw somebody on Twitter post that their armpit hurt. So I'm like, oh my God, that's me, same. And she said she was worried about it, so she Googled it. And apparently that is a side effect, and they've given it a nickname called booster boob, because sometimes under your armpit, the lymph node might swell. My second Moderna, was pretty bad. But I didn't have a fever. It knocked me out for a day. I just played, pamper me, and I just stayed in bed. Everywhere ached so much, and I just felt blah. But I didn't feel nauseous. I didn't feel like headachy. I just kind of laid there and did nothing, and the next day I was fine. So I guess it really affects people in different ways. So yeah, I had the sore arm. The third one, like I said, my armpit hurt like anything. How funny, huh? Who would have thought? But yeah, so yesterday when I got the blood test, like the nurses here are so kind. They're all like, oh, sorry, I'm it might hurt a little bit. I'm like, just give it to me, because I said, no, I'm used to needles. I've had so many needles in the past year. Oh, yeah. See, everybody, I think the second one, I think for most people was the worst, So, yeah, J&J. I don't think they have the J&J one here in Japan. They just have Moderna and Pfizer. I don't think they have AstraZeneca. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but they do have. I think they were promoting getting the different, taking the different one than you had for the first two. It's starting to get pretty hot. I don't want my phone to die and heat up. But yeah, I think I'm going to take off for today. And let me just say, it was a pleasure having you all here to chat with me, and just kind of updating you on what's been going on in April. I miss you all. I miss my old Periscope days, but I really do want to thank YouTube for letting us at least go live here and connect with people like these fabulous people that came in here today. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope I will be back soon. I'm going to try and edit together something, because I've got so much footage, but I've just been too distracted with Mario Party. The truth comes out. Okay, yeah, no, thank you. Thanks. Sinbad is doing well. I live with 2 seniors, and I'm kind of like the 3rd senior. I'm the youngest of the 3. So, yeah, we're managing okay. And hey, wherever you are, I hope you are all doing well too. And let's take care of ourselves, number 1, and each other. And I will be back soon. All right. Thanks, you guys. I will see you soon.